Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to check out this 2000 Ford F-150. It is a huge work in progress. It has gotten a lot of updates since it first came out, and because of that, this is why I'm doing a video on it now. It's come a long way, and it's got a long way to go, and the mod developer who created this is actually his first mod, as you can tell. But kudos to him for putting this together and continuously working on it to improve it. That being said, guys, we're going to put it through the torture test, and the days are getting numbered. After this week, there's going to be no more torture tests here in Northport. We're moving it to a whole new location. So you know what to do. Drop a like on the video. Make sure you sub to the channel, guys. Appreciate the support. Let's jump into it. Alright, guys. So although a work in progress, we're going to check out this 2000 Ford F-150 and get it all customized. It has come a long way since its original form, I will say. And I used to have a 2002 F-150 step side. So this is something I'm actually really interested in checking out. This mod developer, it is his first mod, so I'm also curious why we have 3 options for engageable diff lock. Snorkels in their own place. There is, you know, this is his first mod, and there's going to be some bugs. But let's check out its current state. We got pulled out now. I'll take a quick look. Well, this is the interior view. It's... Well, you know what? One thing we can't say is that the mod developer is not transparent. I crack myself up sometimes, and that was a really bad attempt at a joke. But we're going to jump into it regardless and give it a fair shot. It is, I saw it on its very first release. And you know what, guys? Like, a lot of people commented and said, why put this out there when it's clearly not finished? Well, the best way to figure out what you need to change, aside from what you see, obviously, is put it out there for other people to use. And given it that it was probably, it was his first mod, he may not have had that many resources for people that he could, you know, work with and have tested out for him, or possibly people weren't willing because of how unfinished it was. And there's all those possibilities there. So it doesn't do fantastic in the snow, but you know what? It's realistic in the snow for what you would expect out of this, considering it's not exactly lifted. I mean, it is a little bit. This is more like the normal four-wheel drive height for this truck, though. It's not an aftermarket lift, in my opinion. It sounds good. And another benefit to it being a really low texture model is for those of you that play on a lower end PC, this thing is going to play great. You're going to have no issues at all. When you look at the mod.io page, you know, and you see stuff like this is the kind of stuff that has huge potential. And long term, you might enjoy playing with it now, and you'll appreciate it a lot more later, just because there's going to be so many changes to it, hopefully, as time goes on. Actually making it through this just about as good as almost any other Scout. And when you listen to the sound and stuff, you see the drive shaft moving, or the differential and everything, it kind of rings in my ear like, you know what? This is a fully functioning mod, guys. The only thing that isn't up to par, really, is just the visuals of it. Everything else works great. So what can we do as a community to help? And I don't know if this mod developer wants help, but, you know, if you have a little spare time and you find the textures and the visual side of it a little less tedious, I really, truly recommend you reaching out to this mod developer and saying, hey, I can give you a hand with that, or if you have any questions, let me know, because that might be all he needs to bring a final form of his mod to life that not only works properly, but also looks the way it should. And it already works great. We actually haven't had to winch yet, and I'm gonna beat myself there because we're gonna have to winch now. But we only had to winch for one tree branch, and that was it. So on this torture test, it kind of got us through everything else, no problem. I think that is huge for this mod being a work in progress as it is right now. It's not OP in any sense. He has this extremely balanced. And now we're gonna head over to the little scout trail. Keep the diff lock on and just keep it a low plus, because no matter what we throw at it, that seems to be working pretty well for it. Automatic, we do end up in a lot of situations where we just start spinning. Put in a low when we hit the deep stuff. I think that'll make a real good effort to make it through this. And its weight, and like it is a raised suspension, but like I said, it's not really much higher than the stock 4x4 suspension for this model, if at all. And so it's not top heavy really. It's the weight in this is balanced evenly throughout the entire truck, I find anyways. We haven't had any issues with it yet, which is huge, because in a lot of scouts, especially pickup trucks, you end up top heavy one way or another, and so far this is pretty balanced. I find some of the mods are a lot more top heavy and tipsy than any of the other ones, but we're pushing through absolutely no problem. And as always guys, the mod link is going to be in the description if you want to check this one out. I 10 out of 10 recommend it. You might be hesitant because of its current state, but if you look at some of the pictures from when it first released, or you remember seeing it from when it first released, you will see just how far this mod has truly come and why you should give it a chance now. It is worthy of the download 110%. And it actually made it through this little deep part of the snow patch a lot better than any other scout that we took through here so far. That says a lot for sure. Now we're starting to come out of it here in a second. We'll get that little bit of traction we need and a little bit of jolt to speed almost. And here we go guys. That is it for today's video. Thanks so much for checking out. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to drop a like and a sub and check out this mod. Link is in the description, guys.